Dyslexic genius here. I'm back on the 4-spring Columbia motor, and it didn't want to play with me, and it didn't want to run, and I checked everything. And I took it apart piece by piece because it would not spin like this with the governor in place. And I'm thinking, why does this do this? Sometimes when you rebuild a phonograph, you'll have a little bit of play in the spindle shaft, like a Victor or something, okay? Or maybe a Brunswick. There'll be a little bit of wiggle, you know, and I put everything together and says, you know, this spins great. Why does it want to play? Well, I got in here. So if the spindle shaft, if the turntable's on, watch the spindle shaft. Watch this gear. See how this all plays, all this wiggle? So it's worn out here and in here. So what happens? Did the factory make a boo-boo and put this all together and made the wheels go around, or did they just run the kajibers out of this machine? I don't know. But the fix is you're gonna have to change the casting out. And I'll change
The casting being what?
The casting's all
You
this.
have to change all of that?
Change, you take everything off and you change this casting piece. So I'll show you. I borrowed a buddy's Columbia. So you got this one, and I can turn it with my hand like this. And the other motor would never do that, and I was still trying to figure it out. But you shove it in, and there's no play. So what happens is when this motor's running and this gear's running, it's doing this oblong piece. So when the high area comes around, okay, it hits the governor gear here, and it just stops it. And it just would not play. And I even had Victor Victrola came over for a little party, and I said, hey, what do you think? He says, I think it's in the governor. I said, yeah, I know, but everything just didn't work. And I said, well, take it apart and see what happens. So we found out why it won't run. It's worn out, and we're gonna have to change the casting. And these are things to look at in phonographs, and that's my tip for the day.